Solid Signal viewers. It is the last day of the International CES show. I'm here with Gary Shapiro, the president of the Consumer Electronics Association. We're very lucky to have him joining us today. First of all, what is your overall impression of the show? What were you looking forward to, and have all of your expectations been met?
They've been exceeded. You know, it's been a tough couple of years for our economy and even our industry. And this show has surpassed my every expectation. It's been defined by one thing, and that's innovation. I've seen more innovation at this show than I have in 40 shows, actually, since 1981.
Wow.
And we have a record number of new exhibitors, 330, a record number of new tech zones. But the announcement that came out from so many different companies, from Ford to Intel to Qualcomm, to small companies out of nowhere just starting up as entrepreneurs, and that's very exciting. And I think some of it came because of the recession. It forced companies to innovate.
Right.
And that's what we're good at in this country.
Right, right. Now the big thing this year, everybody's talking about and everybody wants to see, is the 3D TV. But there's also some skeptics. People are saying, I don't know if the consumer actually wants to have that in the home all the time. Is it going to replace 2D? What do you think?
Well, 3D TV is definitely better.
Yeah.
And it's the 3D experience in theaters has proved to be much more popular than anyone imagined, especially with Avatar.
Right.
And people want it. There'll be people who want it for sports, for movies, and also for video games. And those people really want it.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely will not be for everyone, but it'll be very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, you've said that the consumer electronics industry has the power to influence the economy in a positive direction. Has this show been representative of that change?
Absolutely. You know, we have a tough economy as Americans, and we are facing a future that's a little bit uncertain, not only economically, but the long term with this enormous debt that we have with 2 wars and everything else like that. Well, what we're good at in this country is doing something better, challenging the status quo. That's why our forefathers came to this country, is they thought they could have a better life. And that's why we have to innovate, and we have to hold our government accountable and make sure they don't do anything stupid, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
And this big deficit and fighting free trade and doing some of the things, the direction they're heading in, is really going to be harmful to our children and our grandchildren, and we owe them more.
Mm-hmm. Something you're also passionate about is the innovation movement. Just explain that campaign to us.
Well, the innovation movement is actually wrapped around this whole concept that we need to innovate as a country and we need to do good things. So the innovation movement is actually a movement of Americans who agree that our future is innovation, that there's always a better way, and we want to make sure our government doesn't mess it up. We're not asking for a cent from the government. We don't want money, but we want them to do the right thing in terms of lowering the federal spending, promoting free trade, not having mandatory card check and things like that. So innovationmovement.com.
Right. Now, is there one product that has exceeded your expectations, something that you might be taking home today?
Well, I've definitely made a commitment to buy a 3D television, but there's so many things I want here, from the netbooks to another ebook reader. That middle screen, the big screen, is really going to be significant. There's great things coming in the car. I'm so excited about what Ford is doing, for example. They really are a technology company now. And the whole home healthcare field will do very well and be very helpful for society.
Right, all right. Well, Gary Shapiro, thank you so much
thank you for
talking with us. Yeah, all the way from Michigan. He's a Michigan native as well. I'm Courtney with Solid Signal TV. We're wrapping up CES. This was a great interview with Gary Shapiro. We'll see you back in Michigan.